Recently, I've been stuck in a loop, consistently working to clarify my goals, in particular for the third quarter. Because I've just been asking myself essentially, like, what do I want? And it's important I figure this out because the resources are limited. I can do anything I want, not everything. Resources, time, energy, money, limited. And the capacity to focus on a variety of different things, limited. And not limited in a way that I'm, putting myself down, just limited in just there is so many hours of the day. The nature of my work is very mental. The nature of this work is very mental, as well as being fully present for my family. I just can't do absolutely everything that feels good to do from a creative standpoint in particular, business standpoint, all that stuff. So, got to figure out what do I want, what's worth doing, what do I want to achieve. And so to do this, I started just journaling is what I do. I'm a big journaler. And like I made it a point for this session to like, all right, I'm just going to get clear on my goals, clear on what I want to do. And I was writing it down as goal work. And there was another day of journaling where I literally kind of wrote down all the things I want to accomplish, could accomplish. Something I've been doing for years. I think, quite honestly, my first journal back in high school started with like a list of everything that I want because I was drowning in my ambition for things and my sense of desperation of like, okay, I want a whole lot of things, but I'm not sure if I can get these things, and and I'm not sure if I can do it, but I think I can. I should be able to, all these things, drive, determination, hustle. Let me write it all down. So that's what I did. And it's a practice, I guess, I keep going to, but I come at it from a more joyful place now. It's kind of irrelevant, like what I actually wrote down for my goals, because there's just too many possibilities. And again, it was that same thing where it's like, okay, even on this list now, it's like, there's not enough time to like do everything on this list. So I got to pick, choose. And I wrote down goals, too many, and didn't know how to prioritize it. So had to come up with a different approach. So I started thinking about, okay, let me focus just on the third quarter. So basically summer. And let me also focus on, instead of the goal, let me think of, all right, by achieving these goals, who would I become? What kind of person would I be? What kind of attributes would I have? And kind of in the same way, it's like, in order to achieve these things, who would I need to become? And so I started writing down some things. I wrote becoming a why it works first person, because I believe that inspires action. Instead of thinking about, okay, why it won't happen, why it will be difficult, I want to switch my habit to thinking of, okay, here's an idea. Why will it work? Why is it a good idea? And I think envisioning it working feels better to me, fills me with more positive emotion than picturing it not working. And then it gets back into, okay, if I'm picturing it working and I'm convinced that it can work, then I can look at what challenges will get in the way of its working. And then I'm looking at the challenges from an empowered and positive place versus a place of worry. I wrote becoming a person who's consistent in action for the vision and goal, because I think this increases confidence and faith. I wrote becoming a person who is in a consistent, beautiful state. And what I mean by that is a state of being that I think of it this way. I have goals. These will be ideal results that I'm working towards, that one day, boom, it happened. Boom, I did a solo show. Or boom, I released a book, another book. Or boom, I did a vinyl album. Or boom, I had a, inspiring TED Talk, right? These are results that can happen in a moment in time. And the question becomes, when those things happen, what state would I be in? Like, how would I feel? And, it's like, all right, I feel confident. I feel accomplished. I feel good. I feel gratitude. I feel, encouraged. I think a sense of pride in the sense of I worked hard for something to happen and it did, right? So that's the state of being that the ideal results bring to me. So if I have that state of being now, then there's a better chance those ideal results will happen. But even if those ideal results don't happen exactly the way I picture them, being in an ideal state, that beautiful state of gratitude, of commitment, of courage, and all these positive and optimistic, then whatever results I do get will be aligned with my vision, aligned with the impact I want to make in the world. And then ultimately, it's like I'm not in the present moment feeling sad and discouraged, just waiting until the day that I achieve my ideal result to finally feel joy. It's like that doesn't work. Hasn't worked for me. And I think about the idea of being in a beautiful state is that I can contribute from a place of abundance. And this is not just material wealth. It's also just there would be an abundance of energy, a vitality, abundance of time, attention, focus that I can give to others, because I'm more often than not, in this beautiful state. I'm in a resourced and capable state to be able to serve others, right? And I kind of keep going, and I write, like, as this person, I want to contribute a body of work that inspires healing and growth. And that was a big realization, because it's essentially why I'm doing this now and just putting this stuff out there, is that I know this is not the best practice for videos on YouTube, or videos, period. I know there's a lot of things I should be doing with thumbnails and things like that to earn attention and views. But what I realized, and I think it's something that's been true in my journey, like even with this channel on YouTube, before it became Rhyme Masters, it was MC Mine. And I started putting out these videos back in the day, and, underwhelmed in the views, did a series of them, and then basically burned out, got tired of the work and stopped. But then all of a sudden, a few years later, a check arrives from Google saying I've earned, whatever amount of money it was. It was substantial at the time, but definitely not like, quit your job money, but like it was a great surprise to be like, oh. And, to this day, there's still a video that I made that's on this channel that, still gets views consistently. And essentially it's this. I made those videos not because I was, chasing, thumbnails and all that stuff wasn't really a thing then, as far as like optimizing them and stuff. But I made work that stands the test of time. And that's ultimately what's more important to me right now is when this is released and shown, I don't expect this to go viral. My goal is not to go viral, but I hope that 5 years, 10 years from now, that people still will find this and find value in it as they work towards their healing and their growth, right? As creatives, learn to balance their healing and growth while still pursuing their creative art, while using their creative art as an avenue for healing and growth, which is the whole point of this channel and Growth Rap, right? So that right there was the shift that is allowing me to show up and put effort into doing this now. And it's going to get better. The quality will get better, especially again, if I'm staying in this state of gratitude and feeling encouraged, then I'm not burned out because I'm not feeling emotions that drain me. And I don't like the way I said that, but essentially like I'm not focusing on the fact that I didn't get the result I want and then feeling bad. I'm focusing on the fact that, hey, I did what I said I would do. Everything within my power to contribute to a body of work that inspires healing and growth for all to flourish and joy, I have done in this moment. And then whatever the result is, outside of that is outside of my control. And I can be at peace with that. I was thinking about that inspires healing, joy, and growth, and joy. And I wrote something like this. I may not know the ways we need to grow, but I do have some guesses. But I think I can identify some wounds that need tending to. And then from there, this is the thing that happens. This is why I will always be writing raps and bars and rhymes. Is as I'm in this space processing and trying to figure out my goals, I write this phrase that comes to mind, or basically some bars that come to mind. And it goes, hopeless amplified to keep eyes on demised. Line of sight is the crash site. Line of sight is the crash site unless pupils aim high, slide to the horizon. And, without maybe, perhaps I'm doing a full breakdown of this, I don't know. But that emerged because essentially there is whatever is happening now, the times that we're actually in, I think there is an aspect of, again, the media space where hopelessness is being amplified. Why? To hold your attention, right? I'm not doing that here. I'm not trying to create a false sense of urgency or tell you that you're doing it wrong. I'm not here doing that to, poke at a pain point to hook you to watch these videos. But because there's so much media, there's so much out there trying to get your attention, there seems to be amplification to that. But there's something else interesting in this I want to mention real quick, but I'll talk about in another video, is just from just like a sidetrack on like the technical rhyming stuff. There's a whole lot of like, the problem where it's like, okay, I've had this asked too, where it's like, how do you change a rhyme? So in this thing, I just wrote hopelessness amplified. This long I sound is being carried all the way through it. Eyes, demised, line of sight, high, slide. And then I wrote horizon, and that it made me think of like, is there a pattern to how words, is there a pattern to vowel sounds that we can use to better practice our rhyming? So that's a sidetrack. I'll perhaps talk about that in another video. But anyway, back to this revisioning work. Okay. What are some insights from doing this work? I think the insight is this, where I really went from what's my third quarter goal, like what am I trying to do? What do I want to accomplish? To who do I want to become? And I think in particular, I said the third quarter. So, and somehow, and even though this thing about becoming is very present moment, meaning if I want to become a person who's why it works first, I can do that every single day. And then even after the third quarter, it's like an infinite thing that I can keep pursuing, right? And so it's very big, but even thinking about it in just this summer time, it becomes a forcing mechanism to kind of determine what the goals are or what should be my priority during the summer. And I think the other insight is that this is more in my control. When ideas pop up, I can ask myself, am I thinking white words first? If I'm not, then I can switch to that immediately. I can think of, the courageous action. I didn't necessarily write it in this, but I have values that I want to embody, and I can start creating specific goals within the summer. That's really just about embodying those attributes, right? And I think that's why I actually do have a goal from this process that is essentially to release at least one. I say one post because it may not be a video, it may just be text, but at least one piece of content on a social platform, basically from now until the end of the third quarter. That is my goal. And I say at least one because perhaps I'll do more. And then by doing this, by achieving this goal, I get to be consistent. All right, I get to become consistent in my actions. I get to contribute to that to the body of work of inspiring healing and growth, right? And so it's brought me clarity. And why I'm calling it revisioning work, mainly because I was thinking about clarifying goals, but really what am I doing is I'm taking a vision of myself. I'm casting a vision of myself that I currently, don't embody. So I'm not as optimistic as I want to be at the moment. But the vision of myself that I want is one who goes to why it works first. That's a new vision. That's a revision. So I'm doing revisioning work and that from that revisioning work, now I get tangible result-based goals that I can strive for. The goal is to, build a line of revenue with Growth Wrap and all these things. Like, do I want those things to happen? Yes, I do want those things to happen. But more importantly than those things happening is who I become in the process of them happening. So that's where this revisioning work really matters.